Ooh, lots and lots of Land Rover parts. Hey y'all, welcome back to Doug's Cars. Today we're going to work on my Land Rover Discovery 3, or LR3 as it's known here in North America. It needs an oil change. And you want to know what? I went and checked the oil, and it is some of the nastiest, blackest oil I have ever seen. So that definitely needs to go. Because it's so bad, I also ordered some BG engine restoration. So what you need to do is you dump this in and run the engine for like 10 minutes at 1500 RPM, and then you drain the oil. So it cleans a lot of that out. So I saw, watch JR go. If you've not watched his channel, you need to do this on a 3.6 V6 Camaro from like the 7th generation. And those engines are notorious for sludginess and other issues. So it worked wonders for him. I'm pretty sure it'll clean out whatever's in there. I don't think this engine's sludgy, but that oil's nasty, and I don't even know when the last time it's changed. Unfortunately, I got to take off the underpan to do that. And in this car, it's like 10, 13 millimeter bolts. And then there's another little pan in front with two 10 millimeter bolts to get to the filter. Y'all need to see that. I'll get that out of the way. I want to see how this stuff works. What's this? Oh, lemonade. Hey, it's still good. This obviously was put in after that last oil change. Okay, so here's the pan. It's quite dirty, but quite heavy. And the underside of the vehicle, there's the drain plug there. Oil filter is right there, that white thing. Doesn't look too bad down here, quite honestly. I mean, I knew it wasn't rusty, because it didn't live in a rusty place, but yeah, there's not too many leaks. There's a little bit of just a little bit there on the power steering line. And by the way, these are actually all the bolts that were holding both panels in, and they are all 13s. I think it's missing a couple, but I don't think they're necessary for what needs to go in here. So I took this off because I got to run it for 15 minutes with the BG in, and I might as well get this off before the thing gets nice and hot. Plus I'm going to give that a nice clean, and that thing weighs a ton. That's going to be a pain to get back on by myself while starting a bolt. I guess they work in pairs at Land Rover dealers. This is what's going to go in right now. For all of y'all who don't know what BG is, it's a product line that's really only available to professionals. I happen to pick this up from the Atlantic British website where I get a lot of my Land Rover stuff. And they had it on there. And like I alluded to before, Watch Dergo had some fantastic success with this, a much more involved process, but this vehicle is not as bad as that Camaro he was working on just last month. I'm gonna put this in and see what happens, because you gotta run it for at least 10 minutes and then drain the oil out, which is going to be really nice and hot, but it should clean all of that stuff out. And you've actually got to figure out a way to run it at like 1500 RPM for that time. So I'm gonna have to find something to wedge against the gas pedal, because cruise control doesn't do that. Let's open this up and see. Oh, hey, interesting. Now that top right there, if you're of a certain age, and I know who you are, that top is a pop top, and you would find these on the beach back in the day with your foot, because people would rip the ring tab off of their beer or whatever and just throw it on the sand, and then you'd step on it and cut your foot open. Man, I haven't seen one of these in a long time. I see that they've managed to keep the ring tab from actually coming loose on this, and you actually need a screwdriver to pop this up. It's held in place by these two little areas here that are raised up. It's almost impossible to do by hand. All right, I've got this fire extinguisher box here that'll go between that pretty well and rest on the floor enough to give us enough to go to 1500 RPM for 10 minutes. Fire's right up as always. Drivers are open, yeah, I'm aware. All right, now, let's see. Move the seat forward. It's about 1500 RPM. You'll note I got about 3/4 tank of gas. I made sure to go out yesterday and get 20 bucks worth of premium, because of course this vehicle chews through gasoline, as it is a 4.4 liter V8 with a cavernous area in the back for carrying whatever you want. So I'm going to set a timer on my phone now for about 10 minutes, and once it's all done, drain this oil. I should point out that I reread the can real quick, and it's actually 1200 RPM, not 1500 RPM, but that's fine because once the high idle came down after a few seconds, it was at 1200, and I'm just gonna leave it there. I haven't touched the box or the seat at all. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes and counting.
I must say, it idles really smooth. I can feel just the tiniest vibration in my hand there. And I mean, this thing does have, by the way, 220,000 miles on it. And I hit the 220 mark driving down to the Outer Banks a couple weeks ago. So, I mean, this is a nice truck. I'm really happily, pleased with my decision to swap this with the Range Rover Classic that actually idled pretty well too for the most part, but was a lot louder. Time's up. Let's see how this worked. Stop. I do think I'm going to wait just a few minutes because this has been running for a while. I could feel the exhaust heat coming off of it, and I just don't want to get underneath it when it's this hot. The oil will still be nice and warm and pour out better than if it was cold. But yeah, I'm going to go finish up that lemonade I found under the hood, which is surprisingly delicious. I don't know how long it's been under there. With all the deferred maintenance on this thing, it could have been under there for years. These are cleaning up nicely while I wait. I think they look pretty good. Little mud there that I might need to hit with something more strong and abrasive. More strong and abrasive? Did I ever take English class? Okay, here goes. Still kind of warm in here. This is definitely a 13. Hopefully this won't... Whoa. They must have torqued that on. I'm like, what on earth did they... Dang. Okay. I'm gonna need to resort to Jeremy Clarkson on this. Behold, a Gemma. By the way, I have a new drain plug for this. So, there it goes. Hey. All right. Okay. Once again, Clarkson theory proves correct. Coming out oil. There's a little seepage. Nope, can't do it by hand quite yet. Hot, 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 hot. How long is it? How long is it? It's coming out. It's coming out. Oh, and I totally missed. Lovely. Oh, that's nice and hot. Okay, well, got a little oil on me. It happens. No, nothing to see here. No, man, it's still, man, I hate when that happens. I've done so many oil changes and I'm totally misjudged how far that was going to come out on this one. Nothing to see here. Ice cold beer. Oh, wait, no, this is engine oil supplement. Yeah, don't drink this at home, kids. This is not beer. Well, probably shouldn't be drinking. Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. This is going in along with probably about 7 quarts of Castrol 5W30, which is, of course, what is recommended, and it is what is going in as well. And it's just an oil additive that they have that comes along with the treatment that I did earlier. You can look on the BG website to find out what's in it, because I can't be arsed to look it up right now because I'm kind of covered in oil. And here goes the oil. This looks so much better than what came out of here. It really does. I'm really hoping this runs a lot better, although it was running really well. So I don't know what a lot better is. I'll find out as soon as I turn this over, because I'm taking this thing for a test drive next. Once I get all the oil in it, I have to make sure I put all the oil in it first. Otherwise, the test drive is going to be very exciting and very, very short. Let's go for the first start. I've got 6.5 quarts in, plus that can of BG, which is 11 ounces. So it's probably right around where it needs to be, but I'm going to drive it around the block and check it and see. Fires right up as usual. Now, to back it down off the ramps. Quiet, nice. Okay. Let's go for our maiden voyage. I mean, it definitely sounded really nice and definitely something might be a bit amiss in the front end, but that's for a later date. I do have a new air spring to put in, which will definitely be going in. So it should be filling up the oil filter now. Man, it's really smooth. Yeah, I like it. The new oil probably did its job. So let's check out and see if we can see the filter level when I get back to the house and top it off if necessary. And I think this job's a good one. Let's see. I have to set this down. Let's see how we're doing here. Do I need to add anything or not? Let's see. Well, it's still kind of hard to tell, but I'll let it drain back down for a little while. But I do know I've got a good amount of oil in there because it takes like 7.5 to 8 quarts, and I have about 7 in there. So we'll just have to see. I'll toss the other one in the car and check it after I've driven it a bit more. So from me at Doug's Cars and my Land Rover Discovery 3 to y'all, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you've not done so already. That helps me bring more content to you. Thanks for watching, because those ad revenue money, that goes directly back to here, what little there is. And I will see y'all soon with some more Doug's Cars and more Rover Rescue.